In this video, I'm talking about JavaScript operators. Okay, so if you watch my recent videos, I've been using I'm writing it inside this HTML, which is inside this script. Writing the JavaScript inside this script, but I find out that it seems like it's becoming a little bit confusing because uh, when you write a lot of code in here, kind of it looks somehow buggy. Not buggy, is good actually, but I want to make the code more organized. So what I will now do, I'll use external file, external JavaScript file, and then link this our the link that our external JavaScript to our script file inside the source attributes. We'll link it there. So we'll be writing our JavaScript inside our JavaScript external file, and that external JavaScript file is I think is the best practice. Okay, so let's start practicing. Start using the best practice. Okay, so to do that, first of all, first of all, which kind of what type of display do I want to use? I will be using elements. Let me use element display. I will use header. Header one is more bold. Okay, so inside that header one, I will give it an ID. I will say ID. Let me give it hash1, the name of the ID. Okay, then inside script, I'll link let me reduce this. Okay, okay. For let me clean it, I want to do this one line by line so it will be understood. Okay, having done this, let me give it a styling so it will have a background. Let me give it styling first. This is our display. I'll giving it a text color of aqua, so it will match with the black, because I'll be using black background. I'm using aqua color. Then another property value I'll be adding to this star is to give it let me give it background color, background 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 hyphen color. Let me give it black. So let me just give it a black color. Okay. Then the next thing I'll be adding now, I want to increase the I want to also give it a text the font size text for I want to increase the font size of the text so it will be more visible. So I will say font size font size it's not Z, font size. I will giving it let me give it 1.5 em. How will it look? Let me make it 2 em. I think 2 em will be more better. 2 em. Okay, so what I did now, I just add, okay, let me just add something in our header one so you see what I meant. If I type something now, let me refresh, you see the effect. This is exactly what I want. Okay, let me also center it. It needs to be centered. Forget that. Let me put colon, semicolon. Then I will now say text align center. Text align center. So this text can move to center. I think it's well positioned. I think this 2 em is too small to me. Is a little bit small. What if I increase it to, let's say, 4 em? What will it look like? I think this one is very much better, so it will be very visible and very bold. Okay, so what I will now do is, I think what all these things that I did here is just for display purpose. Okay, so we'll be linking this we'll be using this header one element inside our JavaScript. What we actually do is what we actually use it to do is to display our outputs. Okay, our output will be displayed inside this black background with the color of this aqua color. Okay, having said that, let me clear this thing that I wrote inside this place. So let me go and inside my folder here I have index.html. Okay, let me just delete it and create another one for the sake of the video. Okay, so to create an JavaScript external file, just type any name you want, but make sure you end it with index. Just make sure you end it with .javascript, which is .js, which is JavaScript extension. So let me just say something like index.js. Once you add the extension, which is .js, it will just the video stroke will just change the icon to the JavaScript, which is JS. So having done this now, what I will now do, I will now come inside my No, I don't want to enter JavaScript yet. I just want to finish HTML. Then I will now reduce the screen and enter JavaScript. So the next thing I will now do now inside my Visual Studio Code, inside my HTML, is to now type in script. Then inside this script, I'll open the first tag and give it an attribute. So if you don't know what HTML attribute is, just go and watch my video on HTML attribute. You understand it better. So I will now give it an attribute, source attribute, and give it equal to, then inside this double quotes I will now type the name of my what's it called, the name of my the name of my JavaScript file that I want to connect to this script. So I will now say index.js. Okay, you can see the highlight as well. So index.js is now linked. So what that means is that instead of typing our JavaScript inside this our script in HTML, we'll be typing it in, we'll be writing our code inside this index.js. So by writing it inside this index.js, the code will be doing the same thing as though you are writing it inside this script element. Okay, I think it will make the code look more cleaner. Okay, to make the code more organized. So what I will now do, I will split my screen and then shift HTML one side and then use one side for JavaScript. So I will split the screen by clicking this icon here. So by doing this, I will now reduce the screen size. I will now reduce the HTML size. Since we are done with our HTML, we don't have much to write in our HTML for now. So I will also push this sidebar inside by clicking this icon. So it will push inside. Then what I will now do, I forgot to open JavaScript. So I just drag this JavaScript and drop it here. Not this pattern. This pattern is split. I don't want it. Just push it inside this bar and then create HTML. So I now have my JavaScript file open here. So I can now remove this sidebar. So I can let me add small screen to HTML. So small. I think it's okay this way. It's a little bit visible. Okay, you can see what we did here. Let me just add small. A little bit small. I think it's okay. So I split my screen. One side is for HTML, so you will see the HTML, and one side is for our JavaScript. So anything we are writing here now is now connected to our HTML, and then it will be rendered to our browser. Okay. So what we are talking about in this video is JavaScript operators. Okay, we will start by using we will start with assignment operator. We have different categories of operators. We have assignments, we have arithmetic, we have string operators, we have comparison operators. Okay, these are the four major categories of operators. So we start with assignment operator. So assignment operator will mainly work with variables for assigning properties to variables. Okay, let me do it this way now. I think I will just use two symbols and then this assigning will make sense. So let me say something like variable. Let me start with variable. Let me give the variable name of, let me say b. Let me use a lowercase, or let me say b. var b is equal to 3. This is an assigning variable. Okay, so before I do that, I want to create, let me come down here, come down to, let me just move down, or let me just come up small. I want to add a code that will be rendering this thing, that will be rendering this thing to our that will connect our ID and then be rendering it in our browser. So to do that, I'll use document.getElement by ID, document.getElement by ID, then open our curly braces, not curly braces, parentheses or parameter. Then inside I put a double quote, then write the name of the ID. The ID is this is the ID, the header one, which is hash1. I'll say hash1. Inside this, after this hash1, then I'll now say dot inner HTML. Then I'll now set it equals to, I'll leave it like this until I'm done. If I say something, if I type in this B now, it will print out 3. Let me see that is equal to B now to display 3 in the screen. You can see that it will display 3. So I will leave it the I will leave the equal sign the other side. I will leave it empty like this. Okay, until I want to display something, I will add the value of what I want to display. You see the output here in the screen. Okay, having done this, let's move back to our assignment operator. So this is assignment operator. This sign here you're seeing, this equal sign here you are seeing, is an assignment operator. Okay, we have another one. Let's just do this one. Let's say variable, let's say variable c. Let me just do it this way. I think it will help me to explain this thing better. Equals to, let's say 4. Okay, then under this place now, if I do so let me say something like, let me create another variable. Let me say variable sum, and then give it a value of b. Let me say b yeah, b plus c. Okay, let me give space here so it will look more organized. So if I want to display the value of this sum, okay, I'll just type in sum, the variable sum inside this place. It will display it in the screen, which is now 7. If I change any value here, let me say if I change it to, let's say 9, it will update to 12. If I change it to 3, to update to 6. Okay, because we're using live server, that's why it's updating live. Okay, now let's remove this sum. Another operator in this assignment, this is the assignment operator. Another assignment operator is to use what's it called, plus addition symbol, and then this same sign again. So what that really does, let me remove this. Okay, let me remove this. I think doing it this way will be more better. Okay, first of all, let me say here, should I do it, why don't I do it this way now? I think I should just do it two places. Since this one is one, let me do the other one. Let me just give space and do the other one down. Okay, inside this place, this one is sum. If I just print a plus c, or even if you use asterisk, which is for multiplication, a times c, it will still give you, and then put sum and put sum here. It's supposed to be multiplication, but for the sake of this video, no, there's no variable that is called a, but b. Yeah, it's 9. Okay, so another assignment operator is plus and equal sign. So that one, let me copy this. First of all, copy it and then comment it. Okay, so under it now, under this place now, just paste it. Then that's what that sign does is, let me take for instance now, let me create this now. I've now assigned a to b and then this one to b. So doing this now, why not, let me just do it this way so it will be more better for explaining. Okay, if I say something like let me use if I do it this way now, I think it will be more better for a better explanation, because let me do it this way now. Okay, let me just still paste it and make use of it. It will still work. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay, so what I want to explain now is the assignment operator that have this sign plus and equal together. This what is it called? This let me put it in the screen so it will see more clearly. And let me put quotes here and say plus and equal sign. The one that have this operator, you can look at the browser, the one that have this operator, let me space them out. It will have plus and then it will have equal sign together. It's an assignment operator. Okay, I think this is the best way to explain this. Okay, so to do that, we come under this place. We now say let me just use b. So let me just say b plus equal to c. Okay, so if I now print b here now, Let me click enter now. Let me just put semicolon first. Then if I come to this place now and then put C and put B, sure it will print out results. So what it actually does is it will just add the value of the first variable and the second variable and then store it in this first variable. That is what it does. Okay, it will just add 3 plus 3 and then add it to B. Okay, to add B and C and then store it inside B, the first one. But if I remove this B now, replace it with C, and then this one now and replace it with B, it's still the same thing. What it will just do is it will just, once this C is the first, it will just add these two value and store it inside C. You can see now I still have my B to be printed. It's printing 3 because it's seen only this 3 here. But if I add C now here, it will give me the result of 6, which is the value of the 2. So the 2 has been added and then assigned to the first variable. So that's what this plus plus and equal sign assign symbol does in what is it called, in assignment operator. Okay, so the next one I'll be talking about is arithmetic. This arithmetic is very straightforward. Everyone knows what is arithmetic. I'll not waste much time on it. So let me just use this arithmetic. Let me just use this. Inside this output I'll be using x. Let me say x. Okay, you can use any variable you want if you're following up this video. Okay, so inside this place now, to just illustrate arithmetic operators, I'll just say, since I'll just use x, let me just say var x, variable x equal to let me say b b plus, yeah, let me start with plus sign, b plus c. Okay, why is it giving me this error? Why is it giving me this error? Var x, I'm supposed to put equal sign here. Okay, yeah, that's what I missed. Okay, so you can see now this is the only this is this operator plus addition arithmetic operator. So it just add the two variable, it just add the content of the two variable together. Okay, so the next one I'll be using is what is it called again? What is this name again? Differences. Okay, people will call it minus, but it's differences. Just put a hyphen represent differences. Okay, you can see 3 minus 3 will give you 0. Okay, so b represent 3, then c represent 3, so b minus c will give you equal to 0. So that is this operator, the differences. Okay, then the next one we're talking about is dots, which is represented with asterisk sign. So it will just multiply two of them together, 3 times 3 b times c, which is something as saying 3 times 3, it will give you 9. You can see it in our browser. Then the next one is quotient. Quotient can, some people call it division, but the main the best name is quotient, or the arithmetic operator naming is quotient. Can we just use it that way? So use a backward slash. Okay, so just divide 3 divided by 3 to give you 1. Okay, you can see that that is it for arithmetic operator. So another operator I'll be using is talking about is string operator. So in this string operator it uses the same thing with the first operator that we talked about, which is assignment operator. Okay, so in this string operator it uses this symbol. Let me put it in the screen so you can see it inside this quotes. Let me put it, let me say the first one, it uses this, and then also let me put comma, and then it also uses this one, plus and equal to. So it uses these two signs you are seeing in the screen here, these two sign equal and the plus equal to. Okay, so let me clean it. So what that string operator does is just that it concatenates two it just concatenates two strings together. That is what it does. So let me just assign, let me use let me create this number here because this is now number. So and then let me also let me make this thing more interactive by giving it a real name. Let me say first name here. Let me use first name, first name, first name here. Okay. Then in this place, I will not say last name, last name. I'll say last name here. Okay. Why is this thing showing me red? Uh, okay. I need to put something so it will not think I'm assigning variable to variable. Okay. So this is a minor issue. So what this thing does that this is a first name. I'm creating a variable called first name and a variable called last name. So in the first name, I'll giving it a parameter. I'll giving it a value of the name of the person, and it will be a string. Okay. So to assign what do you call a string to a variable, you must put it in. You must put those letters inside double quotes or single quotes, but I prefer using double quotes. Okay. So let me just give the first name John. Okay. Let me just say John. John. Okay. Then the last name, let me give it John. Let me just say John Smith. Let me just use Smith here. It must be inside quotes. Just say John Smith. Okay, this is John Smith now. Okay. Having said this now, to concatenate these two variable, all I have to do is just to come here. Since I'm using since I'm talking about strange operators, I'll use x, variable x. I'll just assign this inside the variable x and then put x here so that x will contain the concatenated values and then display it in our screen. The reason why I still see undefined is that I have not given any value to it, like here. So let me add the variable. Let me add the first name, first name. Then let's use the first what's it called, um the first operator in string operator, but which is plus sign. Let me give space plus, and then if you clean this thing now, it will just print John. Okay, this is the first name. This is the first name John. And then if I want to add last name to it, just if I want to join two of them together, I will just say let me just say give space now, not space yet, but shift plus, then give space between the plus, so and then add last name. It will join the two names together. You can see it's just joining it together. You can see it just concatenate means joining two different variables together. Okay, now the way the thing looks now, it does not look, there's supposed to be space in between them, and remind you, if you put space here, if you just space it out, it will not work. That's not how it's done. Okay, to do that, you just use to put space, just put your plus. Okay, then add another thing, add this quotes for white space, then add another plus, and then inside that quote, inside that double quote, give space inside that double quote, and they will be spaced out. Okay, this is how the plus the plus operator, not plus operator, but a plus symbol in string operator works. Okay, so the next thing I will be doing is to use plus and equal to, and you see the effect. So let me just delete this and then do this one. Then this operator will also do the same thing that our normal assignment operator does. Okay, let's just say how we are do it now. It still work. Let me just say first name, use space, no, not space yet, shift, then use plus equal to, let me give space so this thing will look more organized. Okay, then last name, last name. Okay, now what I will now print in my what I want to display in my screen. Remember what we said in the assignment operator. It will add the two variables and then assign it to the first variable here. Okay, so for us to display it, what we use is this type in first name, and it will display two of them. You can see John Smith. It have now concatenated the two variables. So remember to always, if you want to put space, just remember to put this thing in between them. Remember to put this quote and then put space. I think not this way, not inside this place, not inside this place. This one is to just concatenate it together. So if I need that space, I think it will be in normal assigning. Okay, so it can see it prints John Smith. It concatenated these two variables. Okay, having said that, I think I'm done with this string. So the next thing I'll be doing is to illustrate comparison operators. Okay, so comparison operator, I'll make use of numbers. I will delete this string and make use of variables. Okay, not variables but numbers. So let me uncomment this. Control backward slash is now uncommented. Then what I will now do here to illustrate comparison operators. Comparison operators, let me just illustrate how it looks like. The symbol for comparison operator. So the symbol is double equal sign. You can see that this double equal sign 1 and 2, that's the symbol for equality for comparison what's it called, for comparison um, operator. So to work with this, what I have to do now, let me compare these two. Since we have 3 here, what I will now do, let me say let me use this variable. Let me just say something like how do I do this now so this will make more sense? I think I have to assign it inside. I have to give it to a variable. So I will just type instead of, because if I will bring this thing here now, and it will always give us a value of it will give us output of true or false. That is the it will give us boolean output. Okay, if we say something like I really like using variable to do this. Okay, let me just do it dialect and see. Let's just do it dialect. So inside this our inside this inside this place now, our display, we just put a brackets, or you can call it parameter, and then say 3 not equal to not 3 but the name of the variable, not this plus sign as well, but equal. Let me change this 3 to the name of the variable, which is b, equal to c. Let's see the output. Let's refresh and see. It's not giving me any values. Why? Let me space out. Why is it not giving me any value? I think I got B and C. I think I got something wrong from somewhere. Let me clear this. Where am I getting it wrong from now? But let me put it inside the, or should I even, what if I do something like, let me know whether this now, let me say document.write, because I really need to document.write. Let me know where this issue is coming from. Document.write, inside this parameter, let's use the variable b equal to c, equal to c. Why is it not? I think there's issue from somewhere. I have issue. That's an issue from somewhere. This thing is supposed to work. What if? I think I'm messing up here. The code is perfect, but to render it to the browser is what I want to do. Let me use alert and see what happens. Let me say alert. Let me say alert. Inside this alert, let me make sure this alert is working. Let me see if I say alert C now. Let me make sure it's working. Refresh. What is happening? Something is wrong from somewhere. What is the issue? What is the issue now? Okay, so I'm not supposed to, this equals and have to go. Okay, so that's your problem. I've heard you. Okay, so now what I will now do, let me do it inside this alert. Let me say something like let me input it inside. Let me use the variables. Let me say b equal to c. Let me see the output. Let me refresh through. Okay, this is what I want. It's now working. Okay, I think the error on this I put equal sign here, something there, and it is now allowing the outputs to the browser. I think I fixed it. So what I will now do is I want to assign this thing inside a variable. So I will say let me say result. I think this thing will make more sense. Let me say variable results result is equal to, let me say a not a because I don't have a variable, yes, which is b equal to c. Okay, then inside this place I want to display the, let me remove this alive because I'm not using it again. So inside this our HTML, I want to render, I want to see the result of this result. So I will not type results here and see saying true because 3 and 3, the two value of b and c are equal, so two of them are equal. What if I change this first one to 4? You will see it says false, is not true. Okay, so the two variable are not equal. Likewise in string, you can also do that thing with string. You can see if I say something like let me say if I say something like let me say room, let me say room. Let me not use this word. I'll use string, then let me use something like that same John that I used. Let me say John. Okay, and then also inside this place, inside the second one, which is this place, the second line, I will now say John again. I'll say something like, I will now say John again. You can see now it also works with string and also number. What it does that it compares the two variables. If what is here, then it will say it's true. But if there's any slightest changes, if I add, even if I add dots here now, it will say it's false. So there's difference between them. It will say it's false, it's not true. Okay, you can do that with string and you can also do that with number. So let me delete this string and leave it at number. Number is more descriptive. So let me just leave it at that's my try. Okay, so it will always be true. Okay, so having said this, this is for what is it called, for comparison operator. Okay, so this is how comparison operator works, and I think this will bring us to the end of the video because I've covered the 4 of them. The first one is assigning operator, the second one is an arithmetic operator, the third one is a string operator, then the last one, which is this one now, is a comparison operator. Okay, so having done all this, I think I've nailed it a bit. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.